Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Into the Breach, where I am honestly really torn about whether we should attempt a third island or simply go to the volcanic hive right now. We cleared out all of our squad achievements, so we don't have that as a consideration. I feel pretty bad about the way that last island went, and I'm definitely worried that we're behind the curve enough now that another island would be very difficult and possibly game ending. If we can pull off another island, though, it would put us in a much better position. I do not feel like we are going to be able to kill very many Vec on the final island. We're going to be very reliant on, tricking them into hitting each other, and we don't necessarily have the best tools for that. But, even if we get a bunch more reactors, what are we doing? A second point of damage with this weapon. This weapon going from 1 to 3 is a little bit more significant for sure. You're as juiced up as you're getting. But also we could put some power back into the Vec hormones. Also, we do have 2 pilots who still aren't max level. Yeah, all right. Let's do a third island. Let's see how it turns out. So, Archive Inc. has annoying enemies, but the Nautilus and the Firefly are exactly the kind of enemy we want to be up against with our squad's particular ability to push things in front of other things. And Moths and Scorpions, this is a nightmare. So yeah, it's definitely Archive Inc. And I guess, train right away with this shit. It is the armored train. And it is a mission where we don't have a ton of mountains blocking stuff up. Yeah, all right, let's try it. The armored train is definitely considerably more interesting. So, we have no... You're a spider. We have no immobilizations to worry about. There is the Firefly. I'm just thinking with the gravity mech, with the fact that we are only able to pull in one axis, it is really nice to be able to pull to either this way or that way, you know? Alright, so they've not bothered to threaten the train at all, which I do appreciate. We have a couple of buildings that we need to deal with. This is really awkward. So let's see here. If I fire this thing like that, it's not going to solve any of the problems around this building. It does free the judo mech up to run down there and toss the Firefly, but not in a way that's actually useful. Do you have 4 movement? Yeah. We could also just run down here and hurl the spider overhead. That's pretty good. But not really sure how we deal with this. I guess the answer to that question is we just freeze this whole line of creatures, right? Yeah, actually, I think I'm okay with that. So we'll do this because it causes a couple of points of damage to the Firefly. We'll run down here and toss you over, because no more spiders, please. Execute a freeze here. Oh, the freeze doesn't... Huh. Freezes everything in a line. Turns out to be a lie. That's a problem. I believed that. So yeah, freezing this thing to prevent the Firefly damage, and then also freezing this bug to prevent it from shooting was like a pretty good plan. If I can't actually do that, do I want to spend my reset? Yeah, probably. That really sucks, though. They should maybe put some effort into not making the tooltips lie. Okay, so if we go, if we use this thing instead. How am I going to deal with you? core issue here is that the Judo Mech needs more HP. Because I can just barely block a Firefly attack, but I cannot block a Firefly attack and also this. Right, so I can't have him move to here and throw the Firefly over his head. And he just doesn't have the movement to make it... No, I think I can make it work, though, actually. Hold on. If we do this... I was going to free him from the... free him from the clutches of the web by gravity meching him in this direction. But actually, if I run over here and gravity mech him in this direction instead... No, that doesn't do anything. I can't throw him over this way. There's a bug in that position. So we just lose this building unless I can find a more clever way. I guess here's a thing we can do. Yeah, that works. Although I should have sequenced this differently. Yeah. Maybe I just don't take the repair here. It kills the spiderling. It also unfreezes the Firefly, which is pretty not ideal. I'm gonna take it. I do want to yeah, it's fine. I do want to get rid of that spiderling. We only have to deal with the regen one time because the train is going to hit the Scion and destroy it. Hey, what a surprise. Okay. You're immune to freeze, right? Actually, no. Weirdly. It's like I'm wondering about going to here and freezing. Your attack does 2 damage? Yeah, so we will absolutely survive this. If I throw a freeze here... Actually, I guess let's do this. Alright, that'll warm us up a little bit. So I do have the ability to throw you to a place where you won't be doing any damage. Well, I have the ability to throw one of these two to a place where they won't be doing any damage. I don't get to do it to both of them. And I guess it actually would be very foolish for it to be this one, because I'd be throwing it to a place where it's going to kill the train. I'm not sure what happens here. I guess the train will be fine. Okay. So, this is problematic. This is very bad. Yeah. Can we actually do anything here? Those buildings are for sure lost. You actually can't affect this Alpha Scarab because of the way it's positioned relative to the water. And neither can you. So all of these, all of the damage that's happening here is unstoppable. Yeah, because we can easily stop this enemy or that enemy. Well, not easily, but we definitely cannot stop them both. I guess what's the order of attacks here? Okay, right. Whatever it would take for it to be bad is what the order of attacks is, as always. Because we can do this and at least do some damage. Okay, and that'll kill him. You just repair yourself out of the ice, and we lose 3 more points of power. What? Okay. Rosie, we're gonna come back to that later. Yeah, that's a nightmare. That's a terrible outcome. Okay. I like this. Blocking effect from spawning is probably very doable. How do we want to position for this? This is going to be a really weird one. A lot's going to come down to how they move right now, and how many mines they step on and stuff. And unfortunately, we have literally no way of influencing that with this set of enemies. Okay, fair number of them executed themselves immediately. Much appreciated. I very much want to pull this one. Trying to figure out if there's any way to kill this spider. It feels like the answer is no. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. That feels like a winner. And then a thing we can do is just do 2 damage to the spider. Alternatively, this is probably a better play. So we do need to get some blocks going. I hate the spawning enemies so much, is all. Okay. The throw over into the spawn block is obviously pretty good. I don't want to stand in a fire, but it's not horrible. And then I think like there is a question of, do we just freeze this column? Because the thing I like about that an awful lot is it, well, no, it's probably not right. It's probably best to just kind of stay put, maybe step here, but I don't think we actually want to do anything. All right, pretty fantastic. Okay, you being on fire is not optimal. Right, so that one will have 1 more point of damage on it. Yeah, like what I want to do is have Harold stand here. Take this repair. A little bit sequence bad. I guess it's problematic either way, because if I don't sequence it like that, this thing's not in position to take the repair damage. Yeah. Problematic. Hold on. Let me rewind this. So I was thinking this thing gets pushed to here, and then the gravity mech can pull it again. Can you make it? You can. All right, you know what I think I'm going to do? Okay. That frees those two, but I like that it makes this guy take damage from the block, and then we're all ready to act at the beginning of the turn instead of... I don't know. Maybe it would have been better to leave them locked up, but I think this is okay. So we do need to get kills still. It's a good idea to take them where we can. Alright, that'll work. That ice beam is very good. I don't think we're going to get... Well, you know, there is quite a lot of fire in the final mission, though, isn't there? This definitely goes on you, and I think it honestly probably is plus health initially. I think we're probably just selling the heat engines, but honestly, I don't know. Let's try to get our power back up before we do anything else. We potentially have some interesting stuff to work here with the number of holes that there are in the environment. Okay, how do we want to deal with this? Obviously, this is very compelling for certain reasons, but probably it would be better to push you back, and then maybe we just execute a freeze on those three enemies back there. Thing is, I can actually just tank these hits, right? So if I move you out... This only does 2 damage. Here's what I'm kind of thinking. If I move the gravity mech out, we can actually have the judo mech just tank both of these shots at 2 damage each. And one thing that I really like about that is that... Oh no, sorry, it's not going to... That's right, the gastropod isn't going to attach to the judo mech. It's going to pull the judo mech to it. I was thinking it would be zooming to this tile, which would then cause it to get grabbed by this gastropod. But in fact, it is my mech who will get grabbed by that gastropod, and that's actually very bad. This damages... This removes all of the mites from all of the mechs. It kills the spiderling. It lets us move the ranged mech around. I think I like this. Okay. And then if we shoot like this, we're putting these enemies in like pretty grave positions here. Right, so now this thing is going to take... Wait, why are you taking 3 damage? Oh, right, because the Vec hormones. Duh. We were just talking about these. I know this. Can I just like move here and pull this guy into the water? Oh, we let the Judovec. Oh, but having moved this enemy, now the Judovec's getting pulled out of position. Problem. If I just pull you to here... Yeah, I guess we can just do a bunch of tanking. Another thing I like about this plan is that it's left a rock in front of the power plant. There's no way this isn't the right play, right? That seems like a real winner. How do I want to do this? Probably just freeze you, and then I can run you over here. And you can get an actual kill while also repairing. Okay, that's good XP so far. And then the real question here is, do we kill this thing? Because I can run all the way over to here. Yeah, I guess I probably should, right? Let's just dump that thing in the drink so that we only have 2 enemies on the final turn. And then there should be lots of ways we can deal with them. And indeed, there are. Can I... Yeah, we can make this work, right? There we go. Everybody's max level. Let's see what traits we've earned. Hopefully really good ones. Okay. Wow, both garbage, actually. Yeah, Adrenaline Popular Hero is very much like a sell me if you get any other pilots sort of loadout, which I guess it's cool to know that we have that. I think we probably have to take ohmTown on, even though it's not my favorite thing for us to do here. We're like desperate for reactors. Okay, I have to say I do not hate this map. This map is all right. So if I don't plant, how much movement do you have? Okay, you only have 3. So I was going to say, if I don't plant the Judo mech here, I'm worried that the digger is going to come here and do some really awful stuff, but I guess that's not super likely. So instead of doing it that way, let's do... Okay, that's kind of what I figured. I wonder if freezing the satellites has any effect on the satellite launches at all. Not that it would be your ideal move under any circumstances, but you know, like, it could be interesting. Probably shouldn't drop a missile on top of the pod. This is a little tricky because the way they've completely blocked in some of these spaces does make it really difficult to use the freeze line. I'm actually pretty unsure how we're going to do this. I mean, obviously we can use the ice. Let me see something real quick here. Okay, I can freeze the whole line. So I can use the ice to defend against one hit. I'm a little worried that if I freeze it in such a way that it's not taking a hit, what might happen is it just doesn't progress toward launch at all, which should be bad for us, obviously. So, okay, we can totally kill the Firefly. Do this, which sets it on fire and puts it at 2 HP, and then the Judo Mech can just walk here and throw it over or repair, probably repair just to do a little bit more damage to that thing. That solves those two, that solves this one problem. We probably can't afford to use 2 mechs to solve one problem. If you weren't firing forward, throwing you over to block this shot would be really good. Yeah, the way the enemies lined up to block each other from being pushed out of position is pretty rough for us. If I do this thing... No, that doesn't help. This is a lot of fun damage, but again, doesn't actually help anything. I think the more I look at this, the more I think we are, in fact, going to just freeze the whole line. You're going to just repair yourself out, and then you're going to... Doesn't feel very good, but I can't really do anything else. And we don't even throw you. Alright, let's see what happens to the rocket. Does the rocket... Okay, so the rocket is progressing on its launch path. Even with the freeze. That's really good news. Totally could do that. What even makes sense to do here? One, two, three, four. Okay, so what I really want to do with the Judo Mech is run it to here and throw that guy over. So what is there? I mean, you can just push this thing down, I suppose. Ooh, I do need to actually not... Sorry. Can't position like that. Because this thing still only has 2 HP. Wait, is the launch... Oh, wait a second. It didn't have the skulls on the map. I'm realizing it advanced to the second stage, but it's not actually launching, is it? No, so we do have to unfreeze it. Okay. Problematic for sure. Oh, this is a challenge. We're so completely blocked in. That at least opens up the world for us to move a little bit. This gastropod's gonna cause and solve its own problems. I think you have to just... Oh, you have no way of dealing damage to this fucking thing, though. Okay, we can do that. And then... I don't think it matters which way we do this. But yeah, the rocket launch is not going to occur now. I'm concerned. We just didn't have a way of breaking that while also saving anything. Okay, that's weird. That's a weird problem to have. Get this like this. And this rocket's just not going to launch, so we're not going to get the star. That is the first time I've ever had that problem. It's super weird that that doesn't work because, like, diegetically, that rocket would launch 8 seconds later and everything would be perfectly fine. Okay, yep, welcome aboard. Just gonna put you in my judo mech here. Do I want... Is that the right person to be in the judo mech? So we would lose some HP on this thing, but this thing doesn't need that much HP. I think I'm going to swap Prospero and Abe, I think is the play here. What an incredibly dumb way to lose an island. To lose a perfect island. Alright, so let's take this off. Let's put it on. +1 damage for the Vec, I guess. Actually, sorry, I have a bunch of stuff here. So we could just make it this. But maybe I'm better off fully powering this thing instead. Yeah, I kind of think I like that. Oh, except the leader is the spider leader. So it's not going to do damage. Well, we don't need it to do damage to enemies. We need to take damage from other enemies, which is exactly what we're set up for here. Yeah, this is probably right. Okay, let's try to limit the amount of multi-targeting that the digger can do by just like putting up a big roadblock right in front of it. What it's going to do now is stand here, I would imagine. Oh, maybe not. Really interesting decision making. Oh, that's super annoying. Why did you have to do that? I really need Rosie to be able to stand in that tile. Well, no, I guess it works just fine from here. Yeah, this is a lot of damage and it doesn't really... That feels pretty right to me. We can just be rid of you. And then You're dead already. I think that's a pretty okay start. Okay, you are definitely... What an asshole. Alright, how do we make use of this? I can use these spider eggs to clear each other, which it seems like is probably the necessary move. And then you can at least run over and slam the spider leader into a fire. As far as this goes, it's not really an answer for that. But yeah, I just don't have one, so. Okay, so now the thing's on fire. I forgot that mech's not armored by default. We can at least get 2 damage onto this thing. But alternatively, we could kill a spider or something. I think putting 2 damage onto this thing's pretty important. It's only doing 1 building damage. It's not so big of a deal. Alright, we do have to deal with this scion. This is a problem. Okay, well, I definitely want to... I want to kill off the spider leader with the siege mech, for sure. However, like, the thing that I most want to do is this. That does kill a building, but it also saves some things and... Yeah, it's not awesome. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so we still have to clear this this problem. We have a problem over here as well. I mean, it seems like the only thing we can really do on this side is that, right? And then that means we don't actually have a solution for a lot of our problems over here. We can keep the corporate tower alive, but that's really it. That said, right now there are no spawns to block. We are going to have 5 attacking enemies on the final turn, though. Okay, many of them have chosen not to attack in a meaningful way. How do I want to... Okay, sufficient. And is there a way that I can... No, there is not a way that I can set up one enemy killing another, I don't think. Just trying to figure out ways to divert XP to Prospero. Yeah, alright. Can't even set up like an enemy dying in a fire. Oh no, I can. I totally can. Okay. That could give XP to Prospero. It didn't. But it totally could have. I'm very frustrated about the loss of the perfect island there to like a thing that effectively didn't happen. It's fine. We have a popular hero. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and dump the heat engines as well. And then the question is 3 reactors and a bunch of grid power ups, or do we take a 4th reactor? We can get the +2 damage. I don't think we need a 4th reactor. Yeah, the little bit of extra security is probably the right move. So we just put it all on. Yeah, I think so. All right, let's go give it a try. The 3rd island was definitely the right move. I'm going to put the judo mech here. Well, I was going to say in hopes that the scorpion will just run over and grab me, but I guess throwing the scorpion leader over into the water is not helpful. You know, that might be a throw over into lava by the time it actually happens, though. So, yeah, maybe it'll be good. All right, let's see what we can pull off here. Okay, so yeah, we might... Nope, never mind. The enemy chose to do something like actually good and useful instead. Wow, this is a frustratingly unprecedented amount of competence from our foes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks that are actually hitting buildings. And unfortunately, they position themselves such that I don't think any of them can be meaningfully rerouted. Like, this guy's attack can obviously be rerouted to hit the Firefly leader, but we're not saving any buildings by doing that because the building that he was pointed at is already dead at that point. Abe literally can't do anything of value, I think. Yeah, I believe that's actually true. Okay. So we could just ice these enemies. We could allow the lava thing to happen to the gravity mech. It's not ideal, but it can work. And then what? Like, how does that even help us, honestly? Yeah, it just sort of doesn't. So there's no way to prevent almost any of this damage. This is a lose the game amount of damage in a single turn, and it's almost all unpreventable. We can, with like a really significant amount of effort, block this, but because right, I can have the judo mech run over here, throw this over, and then have the siege mech drop a shot right there, pushing the alpha down to here. But unfortunately, that still has us taking 6 damage. Is it the case that, yeah, the pylons stop the ice? So... if we could get the gravity mech down here somehow, it could prevent a lot of the damage. Freezing this guy, and freezing this thing are all, like, extremely relevant. And we can probably engineer that situation. Actually, I'm not even sure that's true. The fact that no matter how we do this, there are so many tiles of blocking is a real problem. So you have 4 movement. You'd be able to go like 1, 2, 3. It would have to be right here. So if I dropped this mech, if I dropped this attack right there, for a lot of reasons, I don't love that. But it does clear the path to protect. It saves us 4 damage. This thing's still lost. This thing's still lost. And neither of those is correctable. I think that's actually the best play we have. Oh yeah, the other thing is that this Firefly leader is actually destroyed. Yeah, like the Firefly leader has to get frozen. Or killed. Killed is fine. Or if we could like move it to here, that would be pretty good, but we can't. If I did move it to here, we'd still be we'd be taking 4 grid damage. Like the only way we could do that is by having the judo mech run over here and throw the gravity mech over so that it has enough movement to get to this space. So that we could gravity pull. We would take 4 damage and go down to 2 bars. You know, having lost Frenzied Repair on the judo mech has actually cost us really badly. That has been tremendously awful. And then the judo mech is just completely powerless. Like, I can't throw this guy from anywhere. Yeah, it just really sucks. I guess we get down here just to be ready to interact. That's probably not the right move. Yeah. I don't know. This is fucking grim, y'all. All right. 3 bars. Well, step to here and ice them again. You know, I don't actually hate that. Yeah, just ice. I can just throw you. I'll still get hit by you, but it doesn't really matter. I have enough armor and health to survive that. And then you just come down here and... Nope, I don't want to do that. I just want to do some damage. So I guess the right way to do it is this. Yeah, it's that. Okay. That's pretty good news. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. I can't actually get to the position to shoot the scorpion. I mean, I can do this thing. It's probably better I do it this way. Well, I guess I don't really want to do this throw over anyway, do I? You know what? It's fine. Because we can do the throw over and then turn it into a kill. And that is sadly going to set free this crab, and then also somehow there are still fucking 5 enemies up. Because this difficulty is a never-ending nightmare. Okay, you're dead already. You just kind of don't get to participate in a way that's completely unavoidable. Yeah, you cannot get to anywhere that matters. If I pull this thing this way, you can step through and throw that over, which does prevent some damage. But we're still taking lethal. This shot doesn't get the job done because of the way this guy positioned his attack. It's easy enough to deal with this as long as I don't solve any other problems at the same time, you know? Alright, if I were to use this thing, it actually kills this right now, which then allows me to run this unit through. Alright, I think that's the right option. Because now we can run you through to here. What's the right way to do this? I cannot put you in a position where you will be able to solve this issue. You need one more point of movement so that I can pull this thing into that thing. That's the only solution that works. So I think we are taking another point of damage. Like literally completely unavoidably. Yeah, I think so. All right, let me... It's the final turn, so we may as well reset this and see if we can find something. We have to disable 3 attackers. One of them is completely bottlenecking. Yeah, it's so hard to make room in the plan for the judo mech. Like, obviously, we can gravity mech this thing over to here. If we do that, who's invulnerable? Rosie's invulnerable. Okay. That would matter more if she had more movement. It's like we could pull this thing over to here, but that doesn't let the judo mech do anything. So we have, at that point, the Firefly leader kills this Vec. We could have Rosie very easily kill this thing off. We're still taking 2 damage there. Well, actually, no, I guess the judo mech has enough movement to just block. Yeah, I guess that's the play. Just get over here, repair yourself. You can fire that like that. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Okay. So we did, in fact, find a solution. 3 power is quite different from 2 power because it is a second building hit. But it's looking pretty ugly, honestly. Yeah, Firefly leader, Scorpion leader, and also a blobber. It's what a nightmare. And they positioned the Firefly leader such that we can't use it against the other bugs very effectively. Also, I don't love the position of the bomb between us and the enemies instead of... Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Okay, well, I gotta tell you, there's some interesting stuff here. I don't fully hate the situation we find ourselves in. So... if we push the Firefly leader to this tile, we just get it killed. I want to use it against enemies because it's a very powerful tool for that, but I'm not really sure how we do so safely. We could freeze beam the whole column potentially if I can figure out how I want to do that. There's no place I can push the Scorpion leader to that will matter because it's completely surrounded on all sides by buildings. If I move the gravity mech out somehow and then I push the Scorpion leader to here, it'll at least wipe the blob out for us, but we're going to lose the bomb almost certainly. And that's... honestly, looking at this, we're going to lose the bomb almost certainly no matter what we do, I think. I gotta be honest with you, this feels like just a total nightmare. So if we can find a way to push the alpha beetle to here, it'll kill itself. That's pretty high value. But we cannot do that, because the siege mech doesn't have enough movement to get around to here where you would fire that shot from. I can judo mech the gravity mech over to here, then pull the scorpion leader. That saves this building, because the scorpion leader will clear the blob. That leaves us with just the siege mech, which can be used to push the firefly leader to here, and that saves this building as well. We take 2 damage. We lose the bomb, so that adds a turn to the overall victory timer. I don't know. That seems pretty bad. If we give up this building, you only do 2 damage. So what we could do here is fire the ice beam down there. That saves the building. The judo mech doesn't really get to participate meaningfully. Yeah, like the only thing the judo mech can really do in that situation is throw the alpha over onto this tile where it still gets to destroy a building. So actually, in that case, we still lose one of the other buildings. I cannot prevent that from happening. So I think the plan is exactly what I just said it was. Oh, right, I upped the damage on the throw, so that's not a viable move anymore. All right, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I literally see no... I don't think I see a single way of solving this. Okay. How about... this tossover has this scorpion killing this building, so it doesn't matter that the blob is still up. It also pushes this mech out of the blob's range, so we don't have to care about the blob at all. It also kills this guy, which is great. You can just pull the blob over. Yeah, and I'll be out of position by the time this attack lands. Just pull the blobber in to get rocked, because fuck the blobber. And then... Actually, should I sequence that differently? Yeah, I should have sequenced that differently. Because what I'm thinking is... This is the way we deal with the Alpha Firefly. Is do 2 damage to it and set it on fire. And this prevents the... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to use my reset already. I am changing my mind on my approach here. I do like this move. That solves that problem. Then we... It doesn't make sense for me to use the cluster artillery attack to push this thing over here. Because if I do that, we push the Hornet up and kill one of our mechs. I do think it has to be this. Alright, so you're on fire. We do this to kill you because I hate blobs. And then we're gonna lose the bomb, but that was not avoidable. Alright, so send us a new bomb. We'll have to protect that one. Okay, they dropped it on top of a Hornet. I was not expecting that. They actually added 2 turns to the victory timer, though, instead of 1? Is that... Wait, did it say... Whatever. It is what it is now. That's a problem. That's a very serious problem. Wow, that's a very serious problem that we can do literally nothing about. Because throwing it over, the only way that we can actually save these mechs from it causes it to do building damage. I can freeze, but like these spaces are tentacles, so yeah, like right, that has to happen, and then this has to happen. No, we just lose. Yeah, there's no version of this where there's... I don't think there was a version of that turn that survives. Because we do actually have to kill the this thing. Because otherwise it's going to deal 1 damage to our portal mech, or our science mech, our gravity mech. So now we just have to hit 2 grid defenses at 6% each. Well, we got 1. Yeah, there was no saving that. Okay. Well. Missing the perfect islands hurts a lot. I am thinking that probably bringing Abe with +4 mech HP and +1 move is the right thing, and we'll just give that team 1 more try. I do think it makes a lot more sense for him to be in the gravity mech, generally speaking, than in the judo mech, but putting him in the judo mech isn't what killed us. It's removing the frenzied repair from the judo mech without it having another option that killed us. But I don't know how we would have redistributed our powers there. Yeah, I don't know. I think that one was just doomed. I still don't think Steel Judoka is a very good team, sadly. I think you're very reliant on the weapons and stuff that you find. So hopefully we'll find better stuff. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to give the Steel Judoka 1 more go, and then we might bounce off of them. We will get a successful run with them before the end of the series, but you know, it doesn't have to be right this second. Yeah, so come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.